Hi guys and girls, and welcome back to Dr. Dave. So today we are going to be talking about how to set up Streamlabs OBS. I get asked multiple times a day how to set up Streamlabs, and also if I can go on to TeamViewer and help people sort out Streamlabs OBS because they don't know how to set it up. So I'm just going to go through the basics of how to set up Streamlabs OBS to get you up and running. So down the bottom of Streamlabs in the corner is the settings tab. So once you clicked on the settings tab, what you're going to need to do to get started streaming is you're going to need to go to stream. If you're streaming from YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, wherever you want to stream to, you're going to need a stream key. I'm streaming from restream.io. So I'm using a custom stream service, and my custom URL and stream key is already in. So when you go onto YouTube, you would go to the YouTube Studio, and down the bottom of the screen it will show you your URL and your stream key. Sometimes you don't get a URL. The URL will be under streaming service, and once you click on streaming service, it will then come up YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, so on and so forth. But like I said, I am using a custom URL because I'm streaming to Restream. Then the next one is your output, and I would recommend going to advanced. And if you've got a NVIDIA GPU, then I would say to use hardware NVEC new setting, constant bitrate. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky, and that is down to the bitrate. The bitrate is what your upload speed is. So say you have 18 to 20 upload speed like I have. I've set mine to 5,000. If you have less than that, then you're going to need to drop the bitrate down until you get a stream that is smooth. But that also comes with a compromise. So if you have the bitrate too high and your internet can't handle it, you're going to get lag and stutter and so on and so forth. So then you're going to start bringing your bitrate down to match up with your internet. And if your upload speed on your internet's CAC, then you're going to end up with a very grainy stream. So before you even attempt to start streaming, do a speed test on your internet, write down your numbers, and then slowly go through and change the bitrate from 25,000, 2,500, and then start slowly increasing it. So you go 2,500. 3,000, 3,500, and so on until your stream is smooth, clear, etc. So then on here, it clearly states here 0 is auto, but 0 is not very good. So you want to set the B frames to 2. It doesn't matter what PC you're running, your B frames should always be on 2. And then your presets. So inside your presets here, you've got low latency, ultra low latency, placebo, max performance, performance, quality, and so on and so forth. So in the drop down list, whatever ones are at the top of the list in the profile settings are going to be less CPU intensive. So if you have a low-end CPU and you're getting stutter and so on and so forth, you would pick one of the ones that's at the top of the list. Low latency and ultra low latency are at the bottom of the list. I can use these because I'm running an i9 processor. I use this on an i7-7700K processor as well. So it is possible to use it on the 7th and 8th generation and the 9th generation chips. but it all depends on your PC specs. So, like I said, top of the list is less CPU intensive, bottom of the list is most CPU intensive. Profiles, I don't really muck about with too much. In here you have high and main. I've got mine on high and I just left that alone. And then also down the bottom, max B frames, again you're going to want to set this to 2. And that is how to set up to stream. So you've got your stream key and everything all set up, and then you've got your output to your stream all set up, and then you've got your recording settings. I just set mine to type standard MP4 recording format, and then use stream encoder. So what that's going to do is the settings that I've set here, it's going to do exactly the same if I click go live or record. Audio settings, just leave these alone. You know, like you can make your audio sound good or you can make your audio sound terrible. So leave these 2 top ones as they are. And then obviously for your desktop audio, you're going to use headphones, which I am. And then for mic or auxiliary device 1 is my Blue Yeti. One of the best microphones I've ever used, and I don't feel that I need to upgrade anytime soon because it is an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. And then down to your video. So you are going to, unless you are running a 1440p monitor, then you're going to want your base canvas as 1920 by 1080. You're also going to, depending on your PC specs again, and how good your internet speeds are, you might want to set your output settings to 720p. I mean, I run my base canvas and my output canvas on 1920 by 1080. I always have. And then sharpening scale is on 16 times sampling. Common FPS value, leave that alone, and you can then choose if you want to record in 30 frames a second or 60 frames a second. Again, depending how good your PC and your internet speeds are. If you've got a middle of the road PC and a middle of the road internet service, then put it on 30 frames at 720. When people watch on a mobile device, they can't tell the difference between 720 and 1080 on a mobile device. And many people watch YouTube on mobile devices, phones, tablets. You know, you can even watch it on like handheld consoles nowadays as well. So yeah, like I said, if your PC is not all that great, make sure that you've got this on 720, you've got this on 30 frames a second. And then your hotkeys, you can, you know, like if you want to, you can set some hotkeys to start the stream, stop the stream, etc. Advanced settings, just leave this stuff alone, guys. This is all preset when you install this, so you don't need to mess around with any of that. Game overlay I don't use because I use Streamlabs. Streamlabs themes. Scene collection. So if you have 2 computers and you are streaming, say from a desk setup, and then you move over to a rig setup, etc., you can export your overlays, etc., from one computer and then send them to the other computer. Notifications, this is, you know, if you get skipped frames and so on and so forth. And then I obviously like to have mine, this is day, which is, you know, bright white and it's quite glary on the eyes, but I like to have it on night mode. And then you can have your face masks turned on, so when somebody donates, they can put a mask onto your webcam. There is an OBS remote control, so if you are on Android, you can go into the App Store, download the Streamlabs remote control, scan this QR code, and then you can then change your scenes directly from your phone instead of having to buy a Stream Deck or a macro key, like separate keyboard. And then obviously when you become a Streamlabs premium subscriber, you can start adding things into Streamlabs. You know, like you got Better Box and multiple themes that you can download, music. And then you've also got CloudBot, which is able to set up games and loyalty points and so on and so forth. And then down, so many people ask me, you know, why my mic is so clear. Like I said, I use a Blue Yeti and I absolutely love it. And also with that Blue Yeti, you know, there are some filters that I like to add. So you go down to the cog, you click on the cog and you go to filters. So as you can see here, this is the way that I've set mine up, and I set them up like this for a reason. The noise gate, basically when you stop talking, you can see that my green bar completely stops. It doesn't jump up and down, up and down. So if we now turn off the noise gate, you saw that jumping up and down. So that's picking up ambient sounds from in my room. So I'm quite close to a window, and there's a warehouse around the back of my building. So, you know, you've got the forklifts going up and down, and they're all working away out there. So that's why I have the noise gate on, is to stop any background noise being picked up by the microphone. The noise suppression filter is basically when you get loud and, you know, you get an exciting moment in your game, or, you know, like you're having some banter with your teammates and you start to get louder in volume, then this will stop it sounding like I'm talking like this to I'm talking like this. You know, it will even out the volume instead of it sounding like you're distorted or screaming down the microphone. I also like to have my game sound, notification sounds, teammates volume at a decent volume. So I have to add a 2.1 gain to my microphone. You know, the volume's all the way up, as you can see there, but I have added a 2.1 gain, so I am slightly louder than my teammates, slightly louder than the game, so on and so forth. So that's the audio side of it for the microphone. And, you know, make sure that you put these in order. Put the gain at the bottom, noise suppression, and then noise gate, and your microphone will sound just as good as mine. And then you have your headset. So there's nothing special to do here. Trying to think of some other things that you might want to know. You've also got the studio mode, which puts two windows up. So what you can do is you can put your starting soon screen here. This isn't what the viewer sees. You know, so say for instance we hit the transition button. You know, the viewer is now seeing the starting soon screen. So then when we hit the live screen like this panel that we're looking at now is queued, ready to go. So when you start your stream, you will have this starting soon screen activated, and then you will click on whichever scene you want to go to next, and then when you're ready you just hit the transition button, and as you can see it transitioned to the live screen. Then if I want the Be Right Back screen to be queued up, ready to go, just in case I want to take a break, then again I hit the transition button and we jump straight into the... So then we'll take that off and go back to the live screen. So yeah, that's that button here. Then obviously you've got your dashboard, which takes you directly to the website. This is your logging in and out button. Obviously settings at the bottom. This little tab here tells you, you know, like what your CPU percentage is using. Well, what Streamlabs is using CPU percentage wise. As you can see, I'm running at 60 frames. Currently no notifications because I'm not actually live and just recording right now. And then again, no notifications. So when you go live, this little graph down here will be blue, and if it goes orange or red, then that means that your stream is not doing so well, and then you'll have like a red box pop up here telling you that you've lost frames or dropped frames. So as far as I'm aware, that is pretty much it. I mean, up here you have got the themes, but it won't show when I click on here because it will just blank the screen out for you guys. You won't be able to actually see it. But this is where you get the overlays, like I said, like, you know, like the starting soon screen. I actually built this overlay myself. So we've got the intermission screen. Be Right Back screen. The live screen. And the starting soon screen. So that's going to be it, guys and girls. So if you need any more information, please feel free to drop a comment on the bottom of this video. Make sure you leave a like, and if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So take it easy, everybody. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.